Oh, what's popping? Can you hear me okay? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? What's cracking? What's
What's going
cracking
on,
with the people?
guys?
My volume
What's
up.
up,
Dave, you're
guys?
a little low. What's good, man?
I'm a
What's
little
good? What's
low.
cracking? No, it was mine. It was mine. It's mine. It's mine.
Okay.
It was
All right.
mine.
Now I just noticed my mic is all jacked up, so
No,
should
it's
be better
mine.
now. All right.
It's
What's
good.
up, man? What's up, everybody?
What's good? What's cracking with the people? Tough loss this weekend. All is not lost, of course. Bucks lose, so we still in this thing, still controlling our own destiny. But that was a rough one to watch. Really, really rough one to watch. But before we get into that, man, Dave, what's good with you, bro? How was the weekend, man?
It's a good weekend, man. This was Celebration Bowl was this weekend. Tough game to watch, like you said. But nah, it was a good weekend. Couldn't complain. Can't complain. I still got some Christmas shopping to do, but other than that, we good.
Shout out
Crazy
to
week
shout,
too.
shout out to the Eagles in the building. We know y'all gonna come through heavy with y'all celebration of bowl victory. Shout out to Dave. Dave, you was right about Central. I was wrong about Jackson State going out there. I thought they was gonna dominate. And they did. They didn't. They looked.
Nah,
I watched a good
nah.
portion of the game, and it was Jackson State
It
wasn't
should
about
have
that
been
life.
true. If you want to keep it a buck, it should have been worse, but. Because them refs, I think Deion slid them refs a bag, bro. I saw you didn't watch the end. I saw a
No, I
timeout that
watched
wasn't
it. I
called.
watched it. I watched. I
I
watched.
saw.
I watched a good portion. I watched a good portion of the game. I watched
Nah,
a
it was
good
a hell of
portion
a
of the game.
game. I'll say that. It was a hell of a game. I predicted it was going to be a shootout. Everybody thought I was crazy. I was like, I don't think the defense is going to show up for this one, guys. I think the quarterbacks and the running. I think the quarterbacks are going to show out, and they both did. They both did.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Everybody getting on homie the tight end from Jackson
Nah,
State. Yeah,
nah. I
it
think
is
I think they
funny.
kind of.
Hey, it is funny though. It is funny though, Dave. It is
Nah,
funny.
the crazy part for me was because I didn't realize that Roger Goodell had a nephew that played on the team.
Yeah, yes. Was we? Yeah, that caught me off guard. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and the fact that a lot of Jackson State alums didn't know he had a nephew that played
his
on the
last
team.
name is Goodell.
Yeah, but he was black. His last name was Goodell, and I was like,
Yeah. I was.
yeah, but I was like, oh, that's cool. But then you're like, all right, so maybe that's why, because he came out and apologized randomly, and I'm like, oh, interesting. But anyway, that's neither here nor there now. But nah, good show. I mean, it was a good game. Hell of a game. Very, very good game.
Yeah.
And I finally got around to watching last year's game because I never watched last year's game either. So I watched that before.
Quick question, Dave. Where does HBCU football go from here? Because I'm gonna
It's
be honest. I didn't watch a lot of SWAC this year, and I don't really know where the MEAC. I mean, obviously you still got Central there. I don't know where does it go. Who's looking up and up next year?
for next year, I would be all right. From an HBCU football perspective, with Dion leaving, it opens up the SWAC entirely. FAMU should be the favorites to win the SWAC. Jackson State right now, their whole program is getting ravished. They have
Yeah,
almost 30. They have close to 35 players in the portal. It might hit all the way up to 40. Their big concern right now is their APR getting impacted based on the current NCAA rules. Because when players hit the portal, if they don't finish, it impacts their APR. So, and A&T's had some crazy news too because their coach just got their coach left the program recently too. Their coach left the program on Wednesday. So, A&T's looking for a coach as well. But from a SWAC perspective, FAMU should be the favorites. But it's going to be a much closer MEAC. There's going to be a lot of other teams that's going to have a shot. In the SWAC, like Alabama State, Alcorn should be able to do some damage. Southern might be able to do some damage. I think Jackson State, they're losing so many players, bro. At this rate, the benefit that they're going to have is the fact that there's so many players that's going to be in the portal. So TC Taylor, who's taking over, is going to probably be able to get some talent back in. But they're going to take a big step back. I don't see them getting back to the Celebration Bowl for a while. Now, as for the MEAC, Howard was co-champions. So Howard was tied with Central for the MEAC this year.
yes. It's crazy.
Morgan State got a new coach this season, Damon Wilson, who came from Bowie State, and they have Bowie State was a Division II power. So I think once Morgan State starts getting some more recruits in and he gets a full recruiting class, Morgan State's going to be a problem. But it's going to be tough for me to believe that it's going to be tough for Central not to repeat. Central, like all the guys that was there, they're all sophomores, juniors. They'll all be back next year, and they might have Sam Washington there as a consultant.
I saw Sam out there on the sideline, bro. You could talk about the Aggies. I see the Eagles all up in the, y'all taking y'all victory lap, but y'all got a lot of Aggies over there. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all got Aggies over there running the show. So let's pay homage to where y'all getting y'all victories from. So shout out to y'all. Y'all got it, and y'all probably gonna have it for a little while over A&T because A&T, like Dave said, we're losing the coach. It's gonna be a little bit before we get it back, and we go to the CAA too, and that's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be tough sledding for T for a little bit.
Aggie Eagle, bro. I still want to beat Central, so
of course,
that's still gonna be the expectation.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough at 23. I'll admit, but that's gonna be the expectation for the new coach, whoever that may be. We'll see what happens this upcoming year. But there's a lot of things going on in the program at A&T, so we'll see what happens, man. Like I think there's, I was on Blue Death Valley last night. We were trying to talk it through. Got a little bit more details about what happened. Still don't have all the details yet, but yeah, we're gonna have a brand new head coach from North Carolina A&T coming into the CAA. So we'll see what happens. Gonna be interesting.
Yep. Shout out to Central though, man. Y'all.
No, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, man. And I'm happy for the MEAC conference. Keep beating up on the SWAC.
I ain't about That's all the props you getting from me. I don't even feel comfortable saying go Eagles, but y'all got it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. No. I'm not gonna do that. There ain't gonna be no emojis. I'll congratulate them. They're already past the 24-hour window. They're already past that.
Because we have a platform and we got to make sure we give y'all credit because y'all did win, and as much
y'all
shit
did
as
what y'all was supposed to do.
As much shit as I was talking a couple weeks ago, I got to come back and eat my crow. I'll eat my eagle, and y'all got it. Shout out to the Eagles, man. Shout out to Central.
I'm 7-0 in this picking the Celebration Bowl thing, so I'm happy.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this game, man. We'll go ahead and get it cracking from the jump. Jump right into
that was more entertaining than what the hell I got to see right now. So, Jesus Christ, man, that was a tough game to watch.
Yeah, tough game. We'll get to some of the other particulars, and we'll talk about Protect the Bank and the attendance. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and run through the numbers real quick for the game. But obviously, we took a L. And it was, the Panthers pretty much got a taste of their own medicine. It seems like the game plan that the Steelers executed was, it was like they was watching some Panthers football and was just like, yo, we just gonna do what they've been doing to other people. Yeah, because they just basically flipped the script on us and just dominated the whole game. But again, red zone efficiency 1 of 3. We got there a couple of times, couldn't get the football into the end zone. I mean, we got it down to like the 3-4 yard line a couple of times. We could not score. Not a good look. Third down efficiency, awful. 4 of 11, 36%. Pass completions, decent. 14 to 23 for 60%. Penalties, 5 penalties for 40 yards. Not too bad. Rushing numbers, 16 rushes for 21 yards. Not going to get it done. I got some statistics around that. So let's hold tight on killing the run. I got some numbers I want to share with y'all about the run game because I think we need a little bit more creativity there. But run defense, 45 rushes for the Steelers for 156 yards. Not too bad, 3.5 yards per carry. But, they just were able to sustain drives, bro. We could not get them off the field on third downs, as we can see right here. 12 of 16, 75%. We could not get off the field. They was just going at my man's Keith Taylor, and it was just not a good look. Not a good look, bro. Time possession, obviously, we lost that. Turnover battle was equal. I don't think we turned over we didn't lose any fumbles, and we didn't create any turnovers. So, total pressures on our defense, on the defensive side, we only got 6 pressures. 1 sack, not good enough. Not good enough. And again, I tweeted this out. The context of that is when you can run the football 45 times, you're really not going to have too many opportunities to get pressure on the quarterback because they didn't have to pass the ball. They didn't have to pass the ball much. They were just extending play. They had a drive that was 21 plays, bro. 21 play drive. They were just able to just sustain, and we could not get off the field. Total pressures on for us, we only gave up 10 pressures, 3 sacks, and 7 hurries. Not too bad. I mean, the sacks are bad, but it wasn't too bad of a day for the offensive line. They had more difficulties opening up lanes for Foreman and Chuba, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then total plays, 43 total plays, not good enough. Not good enough. That's by the numbers. We'll move on. Well, did you have any thoughts on that before we move on, Dave?
No, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. Like it was, dude. I watched that game in distress. It was terrible.
Yeah, terrible. Shout out to T Wells. So those Steelers fans in the back like an HBCU homecoming. Too many yellow towels and it was cold as heck. The Crown and Ginger was not working. Yeah, they shout out to T Wells for. I did run into T Wells. Shout out to T Wells. Saw him at the game. They came all the way down, bro. That was a tough game to come watch. But yeah, man. There was a lot of fans in there. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
This right here.
Yeah, they had basically
that
the whole
drive
quarter.
right here was the moment where I
plays.
considered that was a drive where I considered going Christmas shopping. Like I almost left my man cave to go Christmas shopping at that moment after that drive ended, but I didn't.
Yeah. So the blocking grades was not the interior of the offensive line was not good. Tackles were okay, but the interior was not good, and it showed. We could not get anything. We couldn't get the run game going. And when you are a run first team and you can't get the run game going, that's gonna be a problem. And that obviously showed not a good look. We were dictated to. The Steelers came out there and dictated the game plan. We could not get off we couldn't adjust. They got busy on us, bro. They got busy on us, man. But that's the offensive line, and obviously there ain't gonna be no Great Wall of Carolina this week because that was awful. Dave, stock up, stock down. You want to get into it? I don't know why I have the receivers here. That should be Chuba. I don't know. That should be Chuba. I reversed them. My bad. But that should be Chuba. Chuba Hubbard obviously had a solid game. I think again with Chuba, he's starting to come into his own a little bit. His hands were jacked up. He had a nice little scat play there for a second, and got out. He got going. What's your thoughts on Chuba Hubbard, Dave?
He had a pretty decent day. I'll give him that. It's just I just felt so. I was annoyed by how the game played across the board. But he was one of the lights, the good lights that we had in that game. I will say that.
Yeah, it was good to see him. I think he had a couple of catches. It was good to see him, get his hands right with the drops because without those, especially that big play where he caught the pass and looked like Christian McCaffrey out there. That was a good look. I think he had. Let me check the box score on that. He had 57 yards receiving, 3 catches, 57 yards on 3 targets. Didn't do much in the run game. Obviously, nobody did because the offensive line couldn't create any holes. But Chuba had a good game, so I got to give him his credit because we were tough. We were tough on Chuba, bro. Chuba was not a fan favorite. He was not a fan favorite out on these streets. So he's turning it around. So, shout out to Chuba Hubbard, man. Shout out to Chuba.
Absolutely. He had a good day as a receiver, that's for sure.
All right. And then we got this should be the receivers. So let me just fix that real quick. It should be the receivers. But yeah, our receivers played well, and shout out to Sam Darnold, who was getting busy when he could, when he had the time. Sam Darnold got busy. He was 14 of 23, for 225 yards, 1 touchdown. Had a beautiful throw to DJ Moore in the end zone, which I was on that end of the end zone. Like I couldn't see the catch. It looked like the ref's hat popped off or something. and I thought he dropped the ball, but he didn't drop the ball. It was a beautiful catch. They reviewed it. It was confirmed to catch. DJ Moore bounced back. We was getting on DJ Moore last week for not showing up. He didn't have a catch last week. Came back 5 receptions for 73 yards on 6 targets. So he got busy. And I want to include Terrace Marshall on this too. Terrace Marshall had a 40-yard catch. Yeah, 3 receptions, 51 yards on 3 targets. So shout out to Terrace Marshall. Even Shi Smith, he had 3 targets, only 1 catch, but he did have 24 yards. So Shi Smith got busy as well. So got to give the receivers some credit. They showed up. I really feel like so what's frustrating about this, and I feel like Sam should have had, and it's not I'm not blaming Sam because I think he had a decent game for what it was worth. But I felt like Sam should have had he should have had at least 300 yards rushing. I mean receiving. I mean passing. Passing. Bad. 300 yards passing because they were giving him those one-on-ones. And what were we trying to do? We were trying to run the football against a 12-man or an 8-man stack box. Like we were trying to run, and we could not get the run game going. And we had receivers out there on one-on-ones, and I felt like we didn't attack them enough to soften them up. I got some numbers. I do want to go. I felt like we should have run the football more, but we didn't do anything to soften them up. We didn't do anything to get them out of that soft coverage. Out of the 10 to 8 to 10 man box they had. We couldn't do anything. There was nothing they could do. We couldn't. They gave up like 250 yards rushing last week against the Ravens, right? And they was like, nah, it's not happening today. And they tightened up. They tightened up.
We should have kept passing to force their hand. And I thought that's what they were gonna do, because after the first couple of drives when they realized they couldn't run the ball, Sam started slinging it and he was putting it where it needed to go, and we were able to get the TD from DJ. But then they kind of abandoned it a bit. They should have kept throwing the damn ball. They should have just thrown it.
I think they should have done something to open up the run game. Like you had to soften them up. You had to get them out of that 8-man stack box. They did nothing to get them out of it. They just kept running the football. They never challenged them. You never got them out of their game. And so we are a run first team, is no doubt. And I got numbers to back it up, right? When we win, it's because we run the dang ball. So I felt like we should have ran the football more, but at the same time, you had to do something to get them out of that 8-man stack box. And we never did it. We never did it, bro. We never did it. So, it is what it is. I felt like this was Tom. You got to give Tomlin and guys credit, right? And I'll talk about the coaching a little bit later, but we got out coached to be quite frank. No, Dave, are we ready to pod today? Because I'm about to, like, when it comes to these stock downs, I'm about to start pod. And if y'all not ready, if y'all want me to pod, I'll chill.
Go ahead and pod, but I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. You're gonna tell me that Steve Wilkes got out coached by Mike Tomlin. I'm gonna tell you that's going to happen.
No, it shouldn't happen. Okay, all right, Dave. I'm about to start podding because I'm not here for the excuses, dog. I'm not.
I ain't saying it's an excuse. But that man's never had a losing season.
I don't give a crap, okay? If the coach that y'all want, because y'all crowned him, right? Y'all crowned Steve Wilkes the next head coach. It's 4 more games left. Y'all crowned him, did y'all not?
Oh, I crowned him.
Okay, so the guy that you're saying to me, what you're saying to me, Dave, is that you okay with him getting out coached against good coaching?
He got out coached by this one.
Dave, what I'm saying is, in order to win Super Bowls, you got to outcoach somebody. You're not just gonna be able to just I'm Steve Wilkes and we run the football and we win games. No, you gotta be able to game plan and outcoach somebody, bro.
Rashad didn't crown him.
I never crowned him. Never.
Rashad didn't crown him.
Never crowned him, bro. I said that if the season ended right now, then yes, he deserves to be the coach. But we got 4 more games, and you need to prove it. I always said that. Never crowned him. I never crowned him. But if I crown
But
him,
I'm gonna let y'all, like, I'm looking at this chat, but I'm gonna let you guys know something right now. If you guys are, somebody said, well, D'Amico Ryans isn't letting that happen. Don't worry, you ain't got to worry about D'Amico Ryans. But I think if Wilkes ain't the coach, if we're gonna get a defensive coach, it's gonna be Wilkes. I don't think we're gonna hire a defensive coach if it ain't Wilkes. That's just my opinion.
bro, I'm sick of us settling for moral victories, bro.
This ain't a moral victory.
No, this is what you just did though. What you just did was
I didn't accept it.
I'm not done podding right now. I'm not done.
Let me get pod. Go pod.
What you just did is what 99% of the fan base does. Oh, it's Mike Tomlin. That's supposed to happen. No. I want more. Pause. I demand more out of my head coach.
We know you want more.
It's clear as day, bro. When the game plan doesn't work, we are losing. We are going to lose. I got the numbers. We are going to lose. If we cannot run the football 45 times, we are going to lose. Are y'all okay with that?
Wait. Stop. Because I think, yes, this year, that is plausible. That man ain't get to fill his staff like that. That man ain't have an opportunity to get to hire his own people. That man had inherited all this shit. Like, let's keep it a buck, Rashad. You know that and I know that. That man took over. He inherited everybody here. He inherited all this shit. And he turned this shit around. He took what he had. He removed some dead weight, some rule pieces, mind you, some rules, some rules, you know what I'm saying? Ruleites, rule disciples. He removed a couple of them out of here. You know what I'm saying? Got them out of here. But overall, he had to take what he had. And lost some players on the way. So, come on, dude. Like, yeah. He got his ass out coached. There's no question about that. But also, some of these plays didn't play well. And I already know who your next slide is going to. Let's go to the next slide. Some of these plays didn't exactly be efficient in his job. Yeah. Some of these players didn't exactly do what they're supposed to do. And I was on Keith Bliss's halftime space that was like, we got to move Keith Taylor to the other side and put J.C. Horn. I was like, what point is that going to make? All they're going to do is throw to the other damn side.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what they did. So then instead of George Pickens having a big half, then Deontay Johnson's going to have a big half because Keith Taylor decided that he wanted to have his worst day of his career. Like he quoted in the presser.
And not to mention, Dave, we talk about Wilkes, right? We talk about how, we want him. You would think now that the position that he is head of, the secondary, you think that'd be pretty pat, right? You think that'd be the most solid piece of the team, right? Nah, half these dudes is on half the secondary on stock down. My man Keith Taylor, and I love Keith Taylor. I'm a Keith Taylor fan. I've been a Keith Taylor fan. I'm still rocking with Keith Taylor, right? I'm being facetious. I'm podding right now.
I wanna say this is a mulligan. This is just a rough day.
Yeah, he had a rough day.
He had a rough day, bro. And that happens, right? And as I said on Twitter, when the stats was coming up about Keith Taylor, as the great John Fox would say, he picked a bad day to have a bad day. I mean, and that was for the line. I mean, picked a bad day to have a bad day, bro. Keith Taylor picked a bad day to have a bad day. I mean, you can't. There's nothing else you can say.
Yeah,
he's got time to grow. Yeah, he had a rough one. And that's why when they was on Twitter talking about we need to put J.C. Horn on Pickens, and I was like, why? So the real number one wide receiver will torch Keith Taylor, and that's exactly what they did.
What happened?
And yeah, Keith Taylor got torched.
Yeah, he had a bad day. I'm trying to pull up the stats, Dave, real quick. Give me 1 second. But yeah, he had a rough day.
It was bad.
He had a rough day. Let me see coverage matchups. Let me see. Keith Taylor gave up 106 yards off of 6 receptions, 2 for George Pickens, 2 for Deontay Johnson. 4 for Deontay Johnson. Not a good look. He had a rough day.
He gave up a couple. He gave up a couple third downs too.
Big third down plays. Yeah,
big ones too. Not like third and 4s either. Like 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 15s. Like big third downs.
Yeah, he had a rough day, and I didn't even know Henderson was hurt. I mean, obviously I was at the game, so I didn't get any commentary. I don't know what happened to Henderson, but apparently he had an ankle injury. He had pads. He was out there. I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, yeah, it was rough for my man Keith Taylor, and they went right after him. That's game planning, right? I mean, that's in game adjustments. When you see something, you attack it, bro. And they went right after Keith Taylor every single down. It seemed like he was getting his lunch money stolen. It was not a good look for Keith Taylor. He had a bad day. He chose a bad day to have a bad day. All right. But yeah, it wasn't a good look. So this is why I keep saying anytime we have a mock draft Monday, yo, we got to have another cornerback. Somebody got to step up opposite of JC, because all they're gonna do is throw away from JC. JC was targeted twice, and they were still able to get busy. You can only, I mean, JC can only do so much, right? He's out literally out there covering one guy. There's other guys out there they're gonna have an opportunity, and that's what they did. They went to wherever JC wasn't, and that was it. That was just what it is. All right. We missed Dante yesterday. Yeah, I mean Dante, we can't ever depend on Dante though. We can't. He can't stay on the field. Like he hasn't shown the propensity to stay on the field. So Dante cannot be relied upon. We're talking about Dante Jackson. That's who we're talking about. Dante Jackson, CJ Henderson. I don't know where CJ Henderson. I mean, CJ Henderson had a decent game last game. You know what I'm saying? So we need something got to give, because we got, bro. It ain't next week, bro. If we go out here and do this next week, we're gonna get a 50 ball put on us by the Lions, because they get busy in the pass game. So somebody got to step up. Somebody got to step up in the secondary, bro. So let's move on, because Keith Taylor again stock down, and he owned it. Shout out to Keith Taylor too, because he owned it, bro.
He did.
He came out there in the post game press conference and was like, "Yo, that was the worst game I ever played." It was what it was, and he owned it. So credit to him for coming out there and owning that joint. All right. Next up, Jeremy Chin. I got Jeremy Chin. We probably know y'all want me to.
Because 2 games in a row, too, by the way.
Yeah, if y'all just want me to chill, then I'll chill. But if y'all want me to pod, I can pod.
It's 2 games in a row, bro.
We're gonna have to start talking about Jeremy Chin. And again, I don't know if it's because he's playing out of position, but we ain't seen elite Jeremy Chin since year 1, bro. Like he ain't been the same since they tried to move him back to out of the linebacker, out of that chest piece that he normally plays, where they move him around. He's been playing more safety, a little bit big nickel, and I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. It ain't pretty, because he gave up a lot of yardage yesterday too. Coverage is not his MO. He only gave up 36 yards, but a lot of receptions, 4 receptions, 6 total receptions on 5 receptions on 6 targets. My bad, y'all.
Shout out to T Holiday. The super chat. Chin's a linebacker, not a safety.
He's too small to play linebacker every down though. Like we want Jeremy Chin to be Derwin James, and that ain't it. He ain't there, bro. He ain't there. He's not there, bro. I mean, I'm calling it what it is, bro. He ain't there, bro. And it sucks, because I like Chin, but we ain't seen him. We ain't seen him play well since his rookie season. And I don't know if it's because Phil Snow had him unlocked or what.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about the situation, bro. Because until Xavier Woods comes back.
Xavier Woods is back.
Oh, he was. Oh God. That's the excuse I gave him last week. So I was trying to. All right.
Nah, Xavier Woods played yesterday.
Oh.
He only gave up one. Xavier Woods only gave up one. He didn't give up any receptions. He was only targeted one time. As a safety, just that's all the way lining up. But
yeah, and the scheme that we play. I don't know, man. We gotta maybe in the offseason he bulks up and maybe try to play linebacker. We could use another one anyway.
That's probably
the position he needs to be playing.
What?
You keep it a linebacker.
He ain't big enough to play line. He only 220, 230. He ain't big enough to play linebacker, bro. He ain't big. Not every down. He's not big enough to play every down. Like, he'll get tossed, and then y'all gonna be like, "Yo, why he can't tackle? Why is he not filling his lane? He'll get tossed around out there playing every down." I think in some situations, I agree. In some situations, he should be in the box more because that's what he did his rookie season. He was playing in the box more. We moved him back.
Yeah, that's a good question. How big is Shaq? What's Shaq?
He ain't 230.
I'm about to find out. Let's see.
He might be 230.
How big is Shaq, yo? If Shaq's 230, he's 229. So you can't play linebacker?
What is Jeremy Chin? He's 220 or 230.
Jeremy Chin.
And you gotta remember, same thing with Shaq. Shaq is a converted safety too.
221. Yeah, so he's lighter. He gotta bulk up a little bit. He's 220. He gotta bulk up a little bit. Yeah, you have to gain some weight. He gotta gain at least 5 to 10 pounds. At least 5. He's gotta bulk up a little bit. But
I don't know how big Luvu is. I don't know how pause. Yeah, I don't pause on that. I don't know how big he is, man. But yeah, listen, we got to find a way to get Jeremy Chin reactivated. We know he's talented, bro. We seen his rookie year. We know he could play. He's not that chess player or that chess piece he once was. And I'm not sure why. I don't know what it is. I don't know because
lose 236.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. I don't know what we got to do to unlock Jeremy Chin, but he is falling off. He ain't the same dude, bro. That ain't the same dude we had a rookie year.
How much you think Luke weighed?
I don't know. Luke was at least, I don't know.
He weighed 238.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jimmy Chin, get unlocked. We need to unlock him back. We need to unlock him. I don't know what's going on with Jimmy. And the missed tackles too, bro. That's one thing that surprised me the most with Jeremy Chin. That one play where, we had a homeboy that broke like 3 tackles to get the first down. That's just unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. Stuff like that, man, you got to be able to tackle, bro. You like one of the last lines of defense. You got to be able to tackle, fam. And that's why these dudes is able to break and get these first downs because y'all not tackling. We had a terrible tackling game yesterday. And it's not just him. I don't want to put all the missed tackles on him specifically, but we had a lot of missed tackles yesterday. We missed a total of 9 tackles yesterday. Nope, that's not it. That's not right. That's not right.
What's not right?
And the missed tackles number I just gave.
Well, nah, but there was a lot of
we
missed a lot of tackles, bro.
19 missed tackles, fam.
Yeah, dog. We missed a lot of tackles. I watched the game. You was at the game. I watched it, bro. We missed, and a lot of those missed tackles. A lot of those missed tackles cost us first downs, bro.
Yeah, Shaq had 3 missed tackles. Corey Littleton had 2. And we have linebackers are missing tackles. That's never a good thing. JC had 2 missed tackles. Marquand McCall had 1. Xavier Woods had 3 missed tackles. Again, your safeties missing tackles not a good look. Ioannidis had 4 missed tackles. Keith Taylor had 2. Jeremy Chin had 2. Man, that's crazy, bro. 19? Bro, that's a lot of missed tackles, bro.
I mean, it was, and the thing is, one thing I noticed too, a lot of those missed tackles happened because there were times where the Panthers, folks was trying to strip the ball instead of just tackle. So when they were trying to strip the ball,
I hate that.
They just kept running through it. Simple as that. Yeah. And it happened a lot. And it was a moment where it was like, why would you keep trying to do that when you could just tackle the man?
Just tackle, bro. That's all I was saying the whole game. Just tackle the man, bro. They made homie look like Derrick Henry out there, man. It's like, come
Yep.
on, man. They made Najee Harris like Derrick Henry out there.
And
Somebody
Warren,
got
both of them. Both of them.
somebody got stiff arm through the end zone. I don't know who that was, bro, but somebody got stiff arm all the way through the end zone. And that ain't cool, bro. That ain't cool, fam. I don't want to see my guys get thrown around like that, man. I don't like that. Steelers, the Steelers aren't a good. They ain't that good of a team, bro. Let's not crown the Steelers. They had the same record as we do. They ain't that great. They are not that great of a
they're
team.
Gonna end up with they're gonna end up with a winning record, though.
They ain't that great, fam. They ain't that great. We just got out coached. They ain't that great. There's nothing that the Steelers did that we couldn't, bro. If we tackled, that game would have been. And if we would have just took advantage of we would have took what they were giving us, bro. We got out coached. Steelers ain't that great, bro. They ain't that great.
Yeah, they're 6-8.
They ain't that great, bro. They are not that great. They are a beatable team. If they good, then we good.
Looking to see if they got a chance at making the playoffs.
Not in the AFC, bro. Probably hell no.
I'm checking now. Well, they're not eliminated yet, but they're 2 games out before to go. They got a pretty easy schedule left, but we'll see. The rest of their schedule ain't that bad. They got a pretty easy schedule remaining. They got a shot. I mean, they could pass some of these teams, but we'll see. I don't know. Well, no, I'm not gonna pass the teams that are up here, or maybe the Ravens if they keep losing. But we'll see.
But all right, who I got next? Offensive line again. The offensive line. We talked about them already. Not a good look.
The inside was awful.
Yeah, interior offensive line not good. We got bullied, bro. We got bullied. We got manhandled on both sides of the trenches. Listen, we can't be out here. That's our game. Our game is bully ball, and we got bullied. We got bullied. You can't be the bully getting bullied, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened, bro. I ain't like it. I ain't like us getting pushed around like that. So we got to get more physical. We got to get our identity back because we found our identity, and then they snatched it from us. They snatched our soul yesterday, bro. And I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that. Yeah. And again, yeah, exactly. Dude literally walked up in our huddle, bro. And no respect for us, B. I was watching that like, what is he doing? Why was he all up in our he was talking cat, and they let him cook for a long time too. I don't know if y'all can see it because I think it was on commercial break. But they let that man was cooking. He literally was all up in our huddle for a minute, and they were just sitting there. And I think eventually Sam Franklin went over there. You know, Sam got some street in him, bro. So Sam eventually walked over there and started talking back. But yeah, dude just literally walked up in our huddle, and we just chilling. Like we got bullied yesterday, man. Yeah, they snatched us, bro. Oh, y'all saw it. I don't know. I was at the game, so I don't know all what was shown on TV. But yeah, they snatched it from me. Yo, they snatched our soul yesterday, bro. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. All right, so let me see what I got next. Anybody else? Protect the bank, bro. This whole protect the bank thing, yeah, that lasted for a good week. It had a 1 week lifespan. That was a wrap. That was a wrap.
You know what the problem was? The problem was that those tickets were sold weeks ago, bro.
Yeah,
before we started
tickets a long time ago.
Yeah, so like the whole protect the bank thing was a good logic in theory, but y'all should have been trying to protect that shit months ago. That was the issue.
Nah. Steelers travel well. They don't come over here very often. So when they do, like it was a lot of, and I saw the numbers on Twitter. Somebody said it was 70% Panthers or 70% Steelers fan. That was cap. It was not 70% Steelers fans. Realistically, it was about 50-50. And that's still not a good look either. But it was about 50.
That's better than normal.
It was about 50-50. It was about 50-50 in there. Like realistically, it was 50-50. It was a lot of terrible towels in that mug. They started chanting and shit, and we didn't have money. We had nothing to cheer for. Like, that's the reason why it seemed worse than what it was, because we didn't have nothing to cheer for. We could have kept them quiet had our play been a little bit better, but we didn't. We didn't keep them quiet. They had a lot to cheer for, and we didn't. So they were loud. And to protect the bank, it was cool. It sounded nice. But yeah, that RIP to protect the bank, because they boys came in and set it off on us. It wasn't a good look at all. A lot of black and yellow in there. And even in my section is typically all Panthers. Typically it's all Panthers. It was like Steelers fans sitting right next to me. And I couldn't really, I'm a shit talker too. So I'll be talking when there's other teams in my section. I'd be talking shit. I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say jack squat, bro. But protect the bank, and listen, I'm not calling out the fans. I'm not calling out PSL owners for selling their tickets. Bro, we got a bad product. And it's even it started turning around a little bit, but you got to do more than win a couple of games to win back the hearts of PSL owners that can make a buck off of their tickets, especially the Steelers fan that's going to pay a premium to come see their team in North Carolina, where you got to remember a lot of these people are probably Steelers, Redskins, or Commander fans, or Atlanta fans. They was probably all former fans of those teams at some point. So listen, we got to you can't blame the fans for selling their tickets, bro. You got to put a better product on the field. I put my money up. I'm going to the game every week. Every week I'm out there. Every time we got a home game, I'm out there. But I'm not gonna knock somebody for getting their money up either, because we don't have a good product. So it is what it is. So T Holiday said we got to realize we have fair weather fans. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It's true.
He said, when I saw how many terrible towels waving in the stands, literally at least half embarrassed. Yeah, it was 50-50 in there, bro. And that's 50-50 is a lot. I don't think y'all realize what 50-50 looks like. That's probably the worst I've ever seen Bank of America Stadium as far as fans coming in. No, that was bad. That was bad. No, Dave, that was bad. It ain't been that bad. I've been to a lot of games, bro. It ain't been that bad. What other team you seen come in there like that?
I mean, like, the Steelers have done this often because they travel, bro.
50-50, bro. It was 50-50 in there.
When was the last time the Steelers came to the bank?
That's the worst I've seen it. And I've been to a lot of Panthers games.
Yeah, the Steelers had always... Yeah, what year was that, though?
Nah, this was worse than the 49ers game. This is worse than the 49ers. And I don't know if it's because they got them damn towels or the yellow stands out. I don't know if that's what it is, but it was a lot of Steelers fans in there. I've never seen it that bad, bro.
2014, 2006 were the last two home games we had against Pittsburgh. I remember one year the game was on television and it was on Fox. I'll never forget it. And when Fox would throw the theme on, it was like do-do-do, do-do-do, and all you would see is nothing but freaking terrible towels waving in that shit. This was like, I think it was the 2014 game, and it was just nothing but terrible towels. Hardly no Panthers fans in there. So this was a better saturation of Panther fans than that one for sure. But it's still it's still bad. But I know the Steelers fans tend to travel.
It is what it is.
Because you got to remember too, before the Panthers existed, the Carolinas were primarily Steelers and Washington fans, and Cowboy fans. Those are the main three fan bases in the area. But primarily Washington and Steelers fans.
Yeah, shout out to Will, man. Will came through and hollered at me before the game started. Shout out to him and his wife. They definitely came through to holler at your boy, man. Appreciate y'all coming over, man. Yeah, anytime y'all in the game, man, come holler at me. I'm in the same seat every single week, so come holler at me. Man, next time, it took me a long time to get to my seat because I was watching the World Cup. Shout out to Argentina. I was watching the World Cup, so it took me a minute to get to my seat. Next time, y'all come through, drinks on me, Will.
All they talked about was that game, bro. I gotta go watch the game. I heard that game.
It was fire. Yeah, that game was crazy, bro. They had it on. They had it on in the at the bank. They had it on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. It's Charlotte FC. We a soccer team Um,
Oh yeah, that's right.
we a soccer
They
city
would. They
now,
would. They would have it on.
so they had it on, man. It was lit too. That game was fire. Shout out to Will, man. Drinks on me next time. Next time y'all come through. All right.
Trash and
Protect the
protect.
bank. Trash. Go ahead, Dave. My bad. Go ahead.
He tried. No, 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 no. You good? We tried. Y'all tried. They
We
tried.
tried it, bro. We tried it, and I
It's
gotta give
just the
the
problem is people sell their tickets near the beginning. Like people sell the tickets near the beginning of the year. Like the PSL folks, especially after we started 1-4, them joints were gone, bro.
yeah, them joints was
So
going.
you can't protect something. You can't protect something that's already been sold. like
Yeah. Shout out to oh y'all okay. I ain't know y'all. Yeah, drinks on me next time, bro. Come through, Will. Holla at me. Yeah, and listen, man. Shout out to the Steelers fans and ain't never been to Pittsburgh too, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real ones. Yeah, how you a Steelers fan? You ain't never been to Pittsburgh before, bro. I've been there.
same
I've
reason.
been.
Same,
Ain't nothing in Pittsburgh, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Ain't
well,
nothing in Pittsburgh but the Steelers.
they're blue collar. They're blue collar town.
Man, I don't
Actually,
care.
they got a nuclear lab out there.
I don't care, Dave. Ain't nothing there. You can't be a Steelers fan if you ain't never been to Pittsburgh. That'll take out half of y'all anyway. You ain't never been to Pittsburgh over here wearing black and yellow like you from there. I call cap. I call y'all bandwagoners. That's what I call all y'all Pittsburgh Steelers fans are bandwagoners. That's what y'all are. Y'all ring chasers. Come get in the trenches with some real ones. We got 263 real ones right now because we rocking with some losers.
Nah. I look. The Panthers. There are a lot of things. Losers.
I'm listen, it is what it is, man. We gotta keep it a buck.
We're not Cleveland. Shit.
No, we're not Cleveland. We're not that bad.
We're not
We're
Detroit
not
either.
bad.
We're not Detroit either. Speaking of Detroit,
It takes a real dude to be or lady to be a Panthers fan, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck out here, bro.
I don't know if I could be a Lions fan. I'm gonna keep it a
Y'all
buck.
ring chasers. Don't be a ring chaser, bro.
I'll be real, yo. I don't know if I could be a Lions fan. I couldn't imagine being a Lions fan for like 25 years. Could you imagine realizing that if you were 30 years old, you never seen a playoff win ever? If you're 30 years old, you've never seen a playoff win as a Lions fan.
Yeah, that's tough.
You've only been to the playoffs maybe once or twice and never seen a playoff win as a Lions fan. If you were 30, like can you like fathom that shit? Like that's wild. They might make the playoffs this year though. But in essence, this week's game is a playoff game.
They playing some good football right now. I can't hold you.
They are. They're hot, bro.
They are hot. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on from this. I got to give a quick. That's old. That's old. Real quick shout out to all our Patreon subscribers. I do want to do a quick giveaway, Dave. I got a quick giveaway I want to do. Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. If you want to sign up to support our beautiful channel, and it's time for MVP giveaway. Yeah, I know I do one of these every single week, and I gotta not every week, but every month. I gotta give a quick. I gotta take that back. Gotta give a real quick shout out to Liz Lassiter. She is the newest MVP Patreon subscriber, and let me go get this real quick. Let me pull up the wheel real quick for y'all. Let me show y'all what y'all get. And shout real quick. I gotta give a shout out to my guy Landon, because Landon, I got you, bro. If you listening or you're gonna listen later, I haven't forgotten about your Luke pick. I'm gonna put it in the mail. I'm trash about putting stuff in the mail, but I'm gonna put this MVP winner gift and your joint in the mail probably tomorrow. All right. So real quick, let's go ahead and run this. And again, if you don't see your name up here, it's probably because you already won something. I gotta let other people win, so I took your name out if you have won something recently, or you've gotten a ticket to the Panthers game. So if you don't see your name, that's probably why. All right. So let me go ahead and run this thing. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna run it 3 times. And if you don't respond, I'm gonna go to the next person. All right. So let's run this thing and see who's gonna win this beautiful thing I have next to me. And I'll show it to you once we have a winner. All right. Shout out to Big O. Didn't Big O win last time and he didn't respond? Let me make sure. Let me make sure real quick. But I think Big O won last time and didn't respond to me. Real quick. Let me just make sure. Because if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and pick somebody else because he still ain't responded. Let me see. Let me check my email
just giving
real
out
quick.
free money. We appreciate it, Big O. We appreciate it for sure, Big O.
Yeah, shout out to Big O, man, because he ain't responded. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I'm gonna remove him. Let me pick somebody else because Big O never responded. Shout out to Will, man. He was talking. He called him Baltimore doormat. Shout out to Will, man. Shout out to Will. All right, let me go ahead and run this back real quick. Here we go. I'm gonna run it again because Big O didn't respond to me last time, so I'm gonna go ahead and run it back. All right. Mac Main. Shout out to Mac Main. Shout out to Mac Main. And I'm going to pick his back up. Let me go ahead and write this down real quick. Pick his back up. Mac Main. And let me pick one more just to be safe. One more. Here we go. One more. This is Mac Main's backup just in case he don't respond. Marcus? Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Marcus, man. Long. I think he was like our first Patreon
one of our first winners.
Yeah. No, he's like one of our first Patreon subscribers, period. Shout out to Marcus. And if Mac Main does not respond, you will be the winner of this great signed Icky jersey. This is an Icky jersey. Signed. I'll put this joint in the mail. Hopefully, you'll get it before Christmas. All right. Shout out to all the MVP subscribers. Again, we do a monthly giveaway for those folks. So we appreciate y'all support. All right. Moving on. Shout out to the franchise folk, man. We appreciate y'all as well. And then also shout out to the free agents. We appreciate y'all support as well. All right. Moving on, Dave. Let me get this real quick underdog look. Real quick.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the Pick'em game. And now they have Pick'em Insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. Right now, they got the gauntlet. It's a tournament. You can win a lot of money. I believe first place is $100,000. But it's for the playoffs. It's the best ball tournament for the playoffs. So you draft now. You don't know who all the playoff teams are. So if you're confident like me, you could probably leverage the Panthers players. Because, you know, a lot of folks don't think the Panthers are going to make the playoffs like I do. So you can leverage the Panthers players and have an advantage. Especially if they pick a team that doesn't make the playoffs. So you draft a bunch of teams. And the further you make it into the playoffs, the better. So go check them out. And make sure you use the code PNP when you do. $25 entry into the best ball tournament. It's called the Gauntlet. Go check it out, guys. $100,000 first place prize.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. All right, so real quick, I looked up some numbers on our run game, and just some disturbing things. So we talk about the run game, right? And we talked about we only ran it 16 times, and you know a lot of people saying, "Oh, we should have threw it more." I agree. We should have opened up opened them up, passed the football a little bit more to get them out of the box. We didn't do that. They kept stacking the box. And we couldn't get them out of it. But I want to point this out real quick. Interior run attempts. 10 of our 16 Rushes were right up the gut. So I'm talking about in between the guards, guard, center, uh, both guards. 10 of our runs right up, trying to run it right up the middle. Didn't work, right? But I do want to point this out. 16 of our 21 yards that we did get came from outside the tackles. So running it outside the tackles, we found success, but we couldn't, for some reason, we didn't go back to it. I don't know. So I say that to say we have got to find some creativity in the run game. I don't know. We got to get some guys out on the edge. I know they tried to do a toss play one time. Maybe we get, I don't know what it is. I don't know what we need to do. But what running the ball up the interior 10 times, that was square peg round hole. It was not working. It was not working. And we just kept doing it.
Unless you're gonna put a different set of folks in the middle. Because it's obvious that the guys you currently have aren't built for that.
Yeah, which is interesting because Brady Christensen, we give him a lot of props. He's been playing okay, but one can say I can pretty much say I think we can improve. We can improve upon Brady Christensen. I think we could get better playing another guard there. I think he's of that line. He's probably the weakest link. I'm gonna be honest with you, playing guard. So I think we could upgrade there. But just keeping it a buck. If you look at the grades from the offensive line as a whole, he's been pretty much the lowest almost every week.
Well, we all knew that he's naturally a tackle, not a guard. It's been that way the whole way since we drafted him.
But yeah, it didn't matter. I don't know how many times we had the Arby's, the meats package. It didn't matter. None of it worked. I saw it out there one time. I saw K Mays as a fullback. It still did. Nothing worked.
Didn't matter.
Nothing worked. Nothing worked though. The outside runs worked. Not sure why we didn't go back to them. But we've got to get some creativity in the offense. I'm telling you, it's just if the run game does not work, bro, we are going to lose. They don't, and I think Jared said it earlier in the chat. They don't feel confident with throwing the ball 30 times with Sam Darnold. They don't want him to throw the football, and I agree with him. But that's what you have. Like if it's given to you, you gotta take what's given to you. You gotta adjust. If it ain't working, you have to find a way to get your run game to work. Something has to work. You have to get them to open up and get some guys out of the box. I don't know if it's bringing in 4 wide receivers, get some cornerbacks out there, maybe spread them out a little bit and then run the football. I don't know. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I'm not going to sit up and pretend like I know how to fix the problem. But you've got to do something because what you did yesterday was not. That ain't it. That's not going to work. That ain't going to work. No, that play. So y'all talking shit about that play. I've seen it a couple times, but that joint rings off. It works.
That play works.
It's been working. Like it works. The problem is that teams are ready for it, and you have to use it. You have to. So just like with play action, right? You have to set it up. We were running play action, and the run game wasn't working, right? You can't run play action if the run isn't successful. Like you have to set things up. We never got, because the initial run game didn't work, none of the stuff we normally set up worked. It all hinges upon them being able to run the football successfully. And we didn't do that. So it is what it is. And just some numbers behind that. And again, going back to the offensive line, look at the offensive line grades. You see, again, running up the interior, it did not work. It did not work. And look at the grades. I just wanted to bring that back up so you can see the correlation between, hey, we tried to keep running up the middle. It didn't work. And look at these grades. All right. So, again, like I said earlier, these are the numbers on running the football. Steve Wilks. When Steve Wilks is successful, it's because we averaging 41 rush attempts. 41. 41.
Oh, we beat the Bucks for 27.
That was early. That's before we really became what we became.
And then we should have beaten the Falcons with the 30, but
True
it
that.
is what it is. We should have beat the Falcons with 30, but
So again, just put up the numbers. You can see it. The correlation, it is what it is. When
you know the
able
other
to
correlation.
run,
You know the other correlation I see. You probably didn't catch it. 3 of those games are
no, I
against
saw
the
it.
AFC,
AFC,
the AFC
yeah.
North teams. Yeah.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it.
So like,
Outcoached. Outcoached.
Yeah, that's a good coaching division, a well coached division. Harbaugh. Well, I mean, I'm not ready to give Zach Taylor the crown, but they beat the shit out of us, man. So I guess I have no choice but to, because Joe Mixon ran wild on us with like, how many touchdowns he got in that game? 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns. He had a lot of touchdowns in that game.
All them teams are sharing their secrets on how to beat the Panthers. All they gotta do is go back and watch the film. Their style of football is beating our style of football. We try to get physical with them, and they out physical us, bro. That division is tough. Them dudes go to war against each other.
And that's
bro.
my point. Like that's what it boils down to. But that's what it boils down to, right? Like we're playing a physical style of ball, and the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers, that's what they do on a week-to-week basis. They're about that life. So like we're probably the most physical team in our division, but like those 4 teams are about that life.
They are.
Cleveland's probably the softest one out of the bunch. We played them at the beginning at opening week. We lost to them too.
We did lose to them. We lost to the whole division.
Yeah, we went on 4 in the division. But Wilkes wasn't the coach then. So.
Yep. I left that off because Wilkes, that wasn't the Wilkes regime with the Browns. That was on the rules, so I left that off. He's the only Wilkes coached the games, and he's 4-5 right now. I really kind of wanted to lead the Rams one off too, because that really kind of wasn't fair. I mean, because he just got the job that week, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to ding him on that one. So technically, I could leave it at 4-4. Again, not bad, not terrible at all. But I want to put that out there because again, we got to run the football in order for him to be successful. And that's why with McAdoo, all right, and when it works, right?
And
when
the crazy thing, but the crazy thing is, like, when you look at, so I'm looking at the 5 losses that we had. The Rams loss was fire the coach. You kind of was just trying to
I'm gonna let that
get something rocking. All right.
Yeah, that
Rams, the Falcons won. Total bullshit. It's total bullshit. Like it can't, like, helmet went off, shouldn't have gotten the flag. Pinero should have made the kick. Got it. Understood. Whatever. Right? Bengals just destroyed us. Like, that's just the way that was. Ravens, they just didn't have no faith in Baker. That was the moment where Baker lost his job. Right? Like, Baker just looked terrible in that game. That was the moment where Baker was done.
But it all boils down to not being able to run the football. That's what it boils down to. When you can't run the football.
Well, the Ravens game was more about Baker just did not want to throw the damn ball down the field. Like, he didn't want to make a decision.
That's because we are a run first. They need.
But the Steelers game,
the run game to go, bro. They need the run game to go.
True, but
the numbers are the numbers.
But even in the Seattle game, bro, and even in the Broncos game, Sam Darnold made the throws. He made the throws.
That's because he was able to run their football 46 times, Dave. What are you? The run is open with this. That's what we are. That's what we're predicated on. That's why we're able to win. It's clear as day.
So how many times
you, bro?
No. But my point is, I think there were, like, Darnold had an okay game against Pittsburgh, and he did make some throws. But there was some plays. It don't matter. There was some plays that he left out on the field against Pittsburgh, but he got his ass beat too because the line didn't help. He got killed. He got sacked right up the damn gut. There was one sequence where he got sacked 2 plays in a row. He was making some good throws though. He just didn't make enough plays.
It don't matter.
It don't matter though if you can't run the ball.
Don't matter what throws he was making, bro. We are a run for, like, they don't want Sam to throw the football, bro. Our whole MO is being able to out physical teams, and when that doesn't happen, i.e. AFC North, bro, when that doesn't happen, we're losing. Like this is what it is.
So you know what the moral of the story is? Be happy we're not in the AFC North. For sure.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
be
agree.
happy. Be happy that we don't have to play. Be happy we don't have to play the AFC North every year.
But that's what we want to be, though. That's what we want to be. I think that's the kind of team we want to be. We ain't got the dogs to do that just yet. We got some of them, but they not all there yet. They not all there yet.
When you ready to talk about Detroit?
All right. I mean, we can get there real quick. We got to talk about the Wilkes on me today. Are you moving?
I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it.
Yep, I am where I am. I am where I am. I'm that's where I'm at. Again, you've got 3 more games left, bro. I'm not crowning them until the end of that season, bro. And I'm not dinging. And listen, I'm potted, right? I'm coming off pretty strong against, or not against, but I'm my opinions are my opinions on Wilkes, bro. But I'm also not saying he shouldn't be the guy either. I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is let the 3 games play out. That's been my MO. Y'all tried to give him the crown last week after last week, and I'm like, yo, let's just see what happens, because technically he can lose the rest of these games, and every game he loses, bro, y'all are gonna change y'all mind. So if he goes out there and we get blasted against the Lions, y'all are gonna change y'all mind. I don't care what y'all say, bro. Y'all are gonna change y'all mind. So that's all I've been trying to say is let's just wait and see what happens. Because if he beats Detroit, I'm still where I'm at. I still think he should get the job. Like I said, if the season ended right now, I still think Steve Wilkes should be the coach. But it doesn't. It doesn't end right now. We got 3 more games.
Nah, for me, I'm not. He's still sitting there. We got.
So is it? Do you picture in a scenario where you see Wilkes not getting the job?
He has to lose all 3 games for me to convince me to, and he's got to lose them badly. Like I knew he was going to lose either the Steelers or the Detroit game. He was going to lose one of them because I said 8-9 or 7-10 is going to win the division. So we're 5-9 right now. So we'll see. We're not out of it yet, bro.
No, we're not. Bro, we still control our own destiny. We can beat every team on left, and I know the lines are tough. And we can go ahead and talk about the lines because I know that's what everybody wants to get to.
Yeah,
we can talk about this NFC South standings again. We talked about it already. We control our own destiny. We went out. We're in. That's bottom line, point blank, period. We just got to handle our business. All right. And then here's what's next week. What next week looks like. The Bucks play the Cardinals. We play the Lions. The Saints play the Browns, and the Falcons play the Ravens. Those were like 2 L's at the bottom to me. But
did you see the whole playoff picture for all the other teams that were near?
I did not.
I tweeted it. Let me spit some game to you, bro. I'll just name it. I'll read them to you real quick. Give me 1 second to get the tweet up.
But yeah, this Lions team, they're tough, bro. They air it out, and I think I'm concerned about our secondary. They air it out. They be carving teams up, bro. But again, if we can play ball control offense we can run the dang ball and run it 46 times and keep them off the field, then that's going to equate a victory. Go ahead.
So the Giants, we can't catch the Giants because the Giants are 8-5-1. So if they lose their last 3 games, they'll be 8-8-1. So we can't catch them. But
we talking about wild card?
Yeah, hear me out.
I don't care about no wild card, bro. I want to win the division, man.
But look, there's options. There's 7 slots.
Go ahead.
So there's options. Washington plays the football team, the team, because I don't call them the Commandos, the 49ers, the Browns, and the Cowboys. That's who Washington plays. That's their final 3 games. And the 49ers are on the road. They have the 7th seed. Seattle plays the Chiefs, and they're set in the Seattle 7-7. They play the Chiefs, the Jets, and the Rams, and the Chiefs are on the road. And we own the tiebreak against Seattle because we beat them. So remember that. We play Detroit this week. They play us, Chicago, and Green Bay. All right. Green Bay, they're playing the Rams now. I don't know what the score is. Somebody can tell me what the score is. I have no idea what the score is right now. But they also play the Dolphins, the Vikings, and the Lions to close out their season. And Tampa plays the Cardinals, us, Atlanta. New Orleans plays Cleveland, Philadelphia, Carolina, and us. And Atlanta plays Baltimore, Arizona, and Tampa. So I say all that to say I think we're gonna win it. I think we have a shot to win the division, but wild card still ain't out of the question either.
Bro, I don't care about that. We win the division, man. We in. That's all I care about. I don't care
No, I'm
about
just
all
saying,
that.
but there's other paths as well. I put that out there for everybody to see that there's other paths. Oh, Green Bay's kicking ass.
I see one path, and that's going 3-0 right now. That's what I want to see.
Because Green Bay. So after this, for Green Bay will be 6-8. If that score sticks, Green Bay will be 6-8. So, I just situational awareness. Like, yeah, we went out, we win a division, but it's just more of awareness of there's other opportunities, bro. There's gonna be a losing team that gets a wild card spot with the schedule that I just saw. There's gonna have to be.
You gotta chill with your phone, Dave. You killing us, bro.
Was that loud, huh?
Yes, it is. You kill every time you drop that phone by your mic, yo. You kill us, bro.
All right, now, but there's gonna be a losing. There's gonna be a team with a losing record that makes the playoffs. Because there's no way.
Yeah, it's gonna be us.
No. I'm talking about with a wild card. There's going to be a losing team. There's going to be a team with a losing record.
Nah, I just had to get that joke off, bro. My bad.
I know. Well, yeah, it's going to be us on that portion too. Because we're definitely going to be 8-9 in the playoffs. Tampa's losing. This is hilarious to watch Tom Brady and the crumbling. And the funny thing is, Tom Brady should be 4-10. You keep it a buck. There's 2 games they should have no business winning. It's following on my table, bro. And y'all hear it all because of the mic. The mic's so damn sensitive. Y'all didn't hear that, though, did you?
You be dropping it on your
table. I mean, the table's made of.
You be dropping. Okay, you can stop doing that, bro. We got ears, man. People got headphones.
My bad.
But all right. So let's talk about the Lions real quick though, because the Lions they streaking right. Well, they on a 3-game winning streak, 6-1 in their last 7 games, bro. So they only lost that being to the Bills. Them dudes, they hooping right now. They beat the Vikings, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Giants, the Bears, the Packers over the last 7 weeks.
They started 1-6, and now they're 7-7.
Yeah, they hooping right now, bro. They putting up a lot of points, and it's coming. A lot of it's coming through the air, which is what scares me the most because we just got carved up by Mitch Trubisky, b. Mitch Trubisky just carved us up going after CB2. And they got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jamal Williams is hooping right now.
Swift is back.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams ain't doing as much. And they got Justin Jackson is working in the backfield as well. They're using the 3-headed monster right now in Detroit. And they got DJ Chark has been playing pretty well.
Jameson Williams, bro.
Williams.
It's nasty out here, bro. It's nasty out here, man. They got some wide receivers, and it's gonna be tough. We only got really one good corner to be truthful. I don't know how we're gonna slow them down. The only way to slow them down is by being able to run the football successfully and sustaining a drive like the Steelers did against us. We have to go back to what we did against Seattle, right? Run the ball, sustain drives, keep them dudes off the field. That's the only way we're gonna win this game, man. And we can't go out there and get in a shootout because we will lose. We will lose a shootout against the Lions, excuse me. Their defense, they won't be able to out physical us like the Steelers did. Their defense is not as good. But all that being said, the Steelers just gave up a 250 to the Ravens. I know that the Ravens, they the same division game. I get it. But they just put up 250 against the Steelers, and we end up going 21 yards against that same team. The Lions, they don't have the same dogs, but bro, it's Hutchinson nice. Yeah, Aiden is nice, bro, but it's gonna be tough, man. And their offensive line is good too. So our defensive line is gonna be challenged, right? So it's gonna be listen. You talk about this. This is what we talk about when we talk about wanting to keep a coach, and you want to talk about a stamp. Let's just like
you gotta win.
This is the kind. It's exactly right, Dave. These are the type of games you gotta win, bro. Just like he won against Seattle. That was the type of game he needed to win. He followed it up with losing the game he needed to win. But this right here, this game, it needs to be like that Seattle game. We have to come with that same sense of urgency, because we can't afford to lose no more, bro. I don't think we're gonna get any more favors with the Bucks losing. They got to go out west to play the Cardinals, but we got to keep up. We got to keep up, man. If we really want to make it to the playoffs. And I'm trying not to get invested. I'm trying to guard the optimism, what I call it, man. I'm trying to protect my heart because I don't want to get hurt. So I'm not all in because I know how this thing typically plays out. But we got we got to win, bro. We're playing meaningful football in December, bro. We still playing meaningful football, and we need to get this W, bro. We need this W against the Lions, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I know prior to this we was kind of looking over them, but that's a tough team, bro. The Lions are a tough team.
When I looked at the schedule, I was like, this is when we were down to 5, and I felt like Seattle was the hardest team. Then I said in my head, I said it's Seattle, Detroit, and then probably Tampa, Steelers, and New Orleans would be last. But now, probably was Detroit, because Detroit at that point was still streaking. Detroit was still putting in that work. I should have known during Thanksgiving when they played Buffalo that they were for real. But nah, Detroit's been playing great, man.
Yeah, they scared me a bit, but again, like I said, they have some weaknesses on defense. They're not that good against the run. They rank 20th, I believe, in the league against the run. They're giving up, I believe, 130 some yards on the ground per game, close to that. So they're susceptible against the run.
You're gonna have to have long to sustain drives to keep Goff and that offense off the field. They got a high-powered offense. You got to keep them off the field. And when they do get on the field, we got to have short drives with them. Preferably 3 and outs, but we can't have them try to reducing the field goals, reduce the touchdowns.
Real quick, Dave.
We don't want to be in a shootout, huh?
Real quick, Dave. I got to give a quick shout out to Arthur, my man Arthur, who just became MVP Patreon member, and they prepaid for the whole year. So shout out to you, sir. Shout out to Arthur, man. We appreciate that. I think he was in here earlier and might have bounced, but shout out to Arthur, man. We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you.
All right.
But yeah, man. We gotta win. Al Davis just win, baby.
If we don't win, I'll stop the play. Well, I ain't gonna stop the playoff talk yet, especially if Tampa loses to the Cardinals. I can't stop the playoff talk at that point. But I don't see Tampa losing to Arizona and the state that Arizona's in.
Mm-mm. Who else Tampa got after this? I think it's pretty easy for me.
Us and Atlanta.
Us and then Atlanta. So so Atlanta, they'll beat Atlanta.
Yeah. The only loss I thought they had left was us and Cincinnati. And they were beating up on Cincinnati till they started turning the damn ball over. And they freaking gave that game away. And then once they lost that lead, it was over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Rashad's still doing mock draft Mondays. You know what I'm saying? He's still drafting these folks in these streets. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all were mad he didn't take Will Levis today.
Yeah, I was gonna redo my. I need to do a better mock. I'll probably do another one tomorrow because I owe y'all a better mock. Today's mock was I had to get my win back because I do think I need to use another simulator. People were telling me I need to use another simulator because PFN isn't updating their stuff because I drafted Bo Nix and he ended up going back to school. So there's a lot of guys that they're not updating their algorithm. So I'll do another mock probably tomorrow. We ain't gonna do one right now because I gotta get off. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
But
I get up in the morning.
But yeah, man. So before we get out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff, man. We will holler at y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the game on Sunday because my family, or Saturday, excuse me, because my family coming into town. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I might live stream it. So I may do another MVP giveaway. For my ticket. Because I don't know if I'm gonna go yet. We may live stream it, Dave. So I may live stream on Sunday. Saturday, my bad.
Oh yeah, this game is at home in Detroit, isn't it? It is at
Yeah,
home.
and it's on Saturday.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get. It's funny. Might want to see. Well, if the first person that won the jersey, if he takes it, check to see if Marcus wants the ticket. I'm pretty sure Marcus will be in there. Well, he'll be in Plymouth, but
Yeah,
might,
I may hit Marcus up, see if he wants the ticket.
Yeah, check. Well, if the first person hits, if the first person.
Well, no, I got the jersey. First person get the jersey, I'll give Marcus a ticket.
Yeah, if he doesn't, but if the person doesn't respond, just hit Marcus up to see if he wants the ticket.
Yep, I'll do that.
All right.
All right. Again, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, all that stuff, man. We'll holler at y'all on Saturday. I may do a preview of the game with the Lions Potter, depending on how the week go. We'll see.
A Lions Potter.
But all right.
Dan Campbell, the legend. I do mess with Dan Campbell though. He's a cool. And shout out to Brad Holmes, the GM there, A&T alum.
Aggie Pride. Yeah, Aggie Pride. Shout out to him, man. But all right, man. We up out of here. We'll holler at y'all. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Peace, guys.